It's time for Types of Maps Part 2. More maps, more information, more knowledge, and a better understanding of the world we live in. To better understand the knowledge that these maps is going to go, it's time for Types of Maps Part 2. More maps, more information, more knowledge, and a better understanding of the world we live in. To understand what these maps will teach us, we need to learn some new vocabulary. First is the word people. Types of Maps Part 2. More maps, more information, more knowledge, and a better understanding of the world we live in. To better understand what these maps can teach us, we need some new vocabulary. First is the word population. Population means people, so a place with a high population just means it has a lot of people. Next is the word climate. Climate refers to weather patterns over time. So a climate map isn't going to tell me whether it rained today, it's going to tell me whether a place rains most of the year. Natural resources are things that come from nature and are used by humans. They could be used for food or for clothing or for many different things. You'll see more about that in a second. The next type of map you'll learn about are resource maps. Resource maps show you where natural resources and products come from. Use this information to fill out the first box on part 1 of your worksheet. This resource map is of the United States. It can show you where wheat, corn, cattle, and cotton come from. Here's a resource map of South Africa that shows us where diamonds, gold, or coal come from. Use this example of a resource map that's on your worksheet to answer the question on your worksheet. Name 2 things found in nature and used by humans in Louisiana. To answer this question, you could have picked almost any 2 things from this key. Salt, sheep, shrimp, oysters, pecans, all of these things are found on our resource map. These are all things found in nature and used by humans in Louisiana. The next type of map you're going to learn about is a climate map. A climate map shows you weather patterns over time. So again, this is going to show us that this area is very cold. Now, there's still a summer, but most of the year it's still very, very cold. This is also a climate map. It shows us different information, though. Our key shows us precipitation. Precipitation means rain or snowfall. So this map is going to use colors to show us how much rain or snowfall an area gets most of the year. So there are 2 different types of climate maps. Use this information to fill out part 2 of your worksheet. What a climate map shows you, and that question, do you see hot, humid weather in the north or south? I see this hot color, this orange color that signifies hot, humid weather. And I see that more in the south than I do in the north. So that's going to show me that hot, humid weather happens more in the south than in the north. The next type of map is an elevation map. Use this information to fill out the first box in part 3 of your worksheet. Elevation maps show how high or low the land is compared to sea level. So look at my key here. These dark colors are sea level. It's where the sea is, where the land hits the water. And as I go up these colors, I get higher and higher land. So the Ethiopian highlands we see are this orange color. Those are the highest areas in Africa. Here's a closer look at that key. It shows me different colors show me different elevations, how high or low the land is. Here's an elevation map of the United States. Sometimes they will use lines to show the different layers of how high and low the land is. This is called a topographic map, but it shows me the same information, how high or low the land is. Use this example shown on your worksheet to answer this question on your worksheet. Is the land lower in the north or in the south? If I look at my map, the green is where the land is lowest, and I see more green in the south, so the land is lower in the south. The last type of map that we will talk about today is the population map. Population maps tell you how many people live in an area. Remember that word population means people. Use this information to fill out the first box on part 4 of your worksheet. Here's a population map of the entire world. Now notice my key doesn't necessarily say population, but it says persons per square kilometer. My key is persons. Remember, population means people. So if I see the word persons in my key, I'm probably looking at a population map. Here are population maps of the United States. A population map of Louisiana. Use this example, and it's shown on your worksheet as well, to answer that question on your worksheet. Are there more people in North Louisiana or South Louisiana? I see more people in South Louisiana. My darkest colors are the most people, and I see the most dark on the bottom. I have certain areas where there's a lot of people in northern Louisiana, but there's also a lot of white, which shows my low population. What type of map is this? Good. I'm seeing natural resources, things that come from nature and are used by humans. What type of map is this? This is going to be a climate map. Temperature shows me what the weather is like over time. What type of map is this? Good. You should be looking at your key. It shows you very clearly this is population. What information can you get from this map? Well, this is the part where you should be asking, why am I learning this? What's the important point of this, of all this types of map and information? How does this help me understand the world? Well, sometimes you can see where the biggest areas of jobs are when you see population maps, because you see where the most people live. You know, it's interesting, a lot of textbooks that are sold around the country have things that they want. Let's stop there.